Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is What's for Breakfast right here on Quake, RYC Praise News, where music is therapy. Yes, you got myself, Orlando Presents, and my brother, Captain J. Say hey, Captain J.
Hey, Captain J.
All right. Man, we're going to start things off a little bit differently this morning. We have a cut by our brother War, actually. He sent it in the other day. The name of this joint is Haters on Mute. Haters on Mute. So if y'all know anything about Brother War, y'all know he be going in for the kingdom. So, sit back, relax, enjoy another dope episode. Matter of fact, this is episode 22. Episode 22 of What's for Breakfast. Man, we just rolling along by all the grace of God. So let's check this track out, and we'll be right back with more What's for Breakfast right here on Quake RYC Praise News. Let's go.
Gotta put these haters on mute. Mute is what I put these haters on. Haters on mute. All you need is the creator. You don't need these fakers. Nah. Never let the blind paint a picture in your mind of who you supposed to be, cause they can't even see you, you're divine. They don't know your pain or your struggle or your challenges. They don't know your purpose or your gift or how you talented. There is something so much greater that's inside of you, encouraging you to release it, what I'm trying to do. But these shadows trying to speak through the voices of the weak, cause they intimidated by what they see. And never let these haters drag you down to the frequency. Don't listen to people that don't believe in me. And why do we keep seeking the approval out of people who don't really care about us and they doubt us? And even when you feel like your heart is completely shattered, never let nobody make you feel like you don't matter. You was born for a reason. Your life is significance greater meaning. Gotta put these haters on mute. Mute is what I put these haters on. Haters on mute. All you need is the creator. You don't need these fakers. Nah. Haters on mute. Gotta put these haters on mute. Mute is what I put these haters on. Haters on mute. All you need is the creator. You don't need these fakers. Nah. Haters on mute. Stop trying to prove yourself to the ignorant, detrimental to mental health. Yeah, they got you so confused cause they listening to your rhythm, but they ignoring your blues. If they do not reciprocate, but still they expecting your loyalty, you must eliminate. And even when these thoughts try to overwhelm, put your trust in the creator and not no one else. And there is still a light that's shining bright above the thunderclouds. Trust him, he gon' work it out. We ain't gotta entertain them. When these negative thoughts come, we must incinerate them and burn them with his word that's full of promises and love. We empty, Holy Spirit, come and fill us up. Renew our minds, heal our hearts traumatized. Your truth and love will silence, help will stop the lies. Gotta put these haters on mute. Mute is what I put these haters on. Haters on mute. All you need is the creator. You don't need these fakers. Nah. Haters on mute. Gotta put these haters on mute. Mute is what I put these haters on. Haters on mute. All you need is the creator. You don't need these fakers. Nah. Haters on mute. Haters on mute.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Once again, that was Haters on Mute by Brother War. Man, I like that track. I like that. I think he's going to end up redoing that track. So I'm not sure. Got an email from him. So he's working on some things. But hopefully the track that he changes it with still flows, has the same consistency with that track there. So definitely. Yeah, give us a call, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know how your morning is going so far. This is What's for Breakfast right here on Quake RYC Praise News. The number is 804-286-2096. That's 804-286-2096. Episode 22 of What's for Breakfast. Captain J, let the folks know what's for breakfast.
What's for breakfast? What did I have for breakfast? What did I have? Oh, yeah. I had potato chips and dip. That's how you go. Too lazy to cook anything. And a cup of coffee.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm eating healthy.
Young kids, if you're listening, please do not follow the health nutrition patterns of our Captain J. Please do not.
Do as I
Yeah,
say, not as I do.
yes, 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 yes. Oh my goodness. That is something else, man.
Uh,
Oh man. If y'all are wondering what that instrumental is in the background, the name of the track is called Delusional by I Am Lynn Flo. I Am Lynn Flo. The project name is The Valley Volume 1. So yeah, man, y'all get a chance, check it out. He has some other instrumentals that's up on Spotify and Apple Music, things of that nature. So definitely give it a listen. Give it a listen. Um, Chips and dip, huh?
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess it's better than what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basically,
What are you
right.
doing?
Well, right now I have nothing. Right now I'm eating nothing for breakfast, but I do have me a nice little electrolyte. It's it's an electrolyte beverage, premium hydration. It's strawberry kiwi. Tastes pretty good too. So I need to replenish my potassiums and things of that nature. It's been a tiresome day yesterday, so that's why I was like, man, let me go ahead and pop some in this morning, so I'll be ready for the rest of the day. So some of y'all out there know what we talking about.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, anything going on this weekend in your neck of the woods before we jump into our topic?
Let's see. Going on. Well, I know what I got going on. I got a couple meetings today for future endeavors with the church for like podcasts and that kind of stuff. Then we go back to Guilford for a day, or Friday night and Saturday, and cut the lawn. Yay! Um, I know at the Capitol Theater here in Burlington, I think it's Saturday at I want to see the show starts at 7. I believe they're doing they rebroadcast like old movies, and they're doing Jaws this Saturday. Next week I think it's Grease, so do some of the older movies and stuff, and they'll have people there like dressed up in costume per se. So like for Jaws, they'll have people dressed like sharks, kind of deal, not baby shark. No. God, I hope not.
Oh my
um,
goodness.
but they do movies like that at Capitol Theater. So I know that they got that Saturday night, and then there's a place called the Washington. It's a technically a bar, but there's one of my friends' sons is playing in the band there. I think they go on at like 8 o'clock. It's not Christian, but it's a non-cussing music either. So it's
Oh
clean
my
music,
goodness.
but not Christian. That's at the
Non-cussing
Washington.
music.
Well, hey, you gotta be careful nowadays.
That's the truth. That is the truth. Man, you always seem like you have a nice full weekend. Man, I gotta start trying to get my weekends like that.
Yeah, you do work all week, and then we have to get stuff done. It's like, let's go. Well, on Sunday I have friends coming down, so like at church I'm running, helping with videography stuff or their YouTube or their live stuff. I'm helping with that this Sunday morning. Then we have friends coming down from the Quad Cities from for the day. That's on Sunday afternoon.
Hmm.
So
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, that's what weekends are always full. Weekdays are usually kind of slow. It's the weekends that are full.
Hmm. Well, see,
You're the opposite.
that's where it's supposed to be. Shoot,
Yeah.
weekdays usually are kind of boring or whatever, and then on the weekend, bam, starts popping off a little bit and stuff. So, but mine is quite the opposite. My
Yeah,
weekdays are usually busy, and then my weekends start to taper off.
yeah, kind of chill. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, yeah, yes it is. Yes it is. I don't like too much downtime. Definitely
Uh,
don't like too much downtime. Sitting around twiddling your thumbs, like, man, what next? What next? What trouble can I get into?
that's sometimes it's a problem. Yeah, the trouble. Yeah, you sit down, don't do much. And, yeah, trouble checkers. Yeah, it finds.
Exactly, exactly. All right, all right. So before we jump into our topic for this morning, we're gonna jump into some music here, and then we'll be right back with more What's for Breakfast. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
Falling out with friends, they really ain't friends. Falling out with kin, they really ain't kin. I know my father got me, it's the Lord will. Yeah, I know the Lord will. Finding that reason why the demons keep attacking me. It's a blessing on the inside and they after it. Trials and tribulations just keep stacking in. He spent that block, then he spent again. But yeah, God did. But yeah, God did. God did. God did. God did.
God, I know you love me so. Protect me from this evil low. Keep me safe from what I can't see. Snakes in the bushes trying to find me. Cut them off till these demons get behind me. Feeling like a skater who I'm grinding. Like the sun in the sky, I'm shining. God did, God did. When it rains, then it pours. In my mind, it's a war. Soul needs fixing, clean it up, Lord. Pain in my heart, depression leaking my pores. When it comes down by your side, who gon' be by yours? Tell me who gon' be around and never let you down. God is, God is.
Falling out with friends, they really ain't friends. Falling out with kin, they really ain't kin. I know my father got me, it's the Lord will. Yeah, I know the Lord will. Finding that reason why the demons keep attacking me. It's a blessing on the inside and they after it. Trials and tribulations just keep stacking in. He spent that block, then he spent again. But yeah, God did. But yeah, God did. God did. God did. God did.
I started off with the dream of a star. I'm taking off, aiming straight for the top of the chart. I never pause, so my catalog should wake them like Adderall, but they ain't seeing the vision. It's blurry like analog. About to set it off on the stage, I get applause, dropping heat, but it's coming in waves. Menopause, got the whole crowd involved, ready to go the distance, deeper than the Pacific. My mission is real specific. Check the bio, fighting my demons, I'm pushing through it. Hope to be an influence. This rapping, I speak it fluent. My poetry is the truest. I use it as a conduit, but verbally executing on what my brain is computing. The syllables you be using, I translate it to music. I'm giving you an exclusive, but probably not inclusive. Not looking to bring confusion, but break you out the illusion. Believing in something different. Why wouldn't I want to do it? Do it. Is it arrogant to think I'm the best? I mean, should I honestly think anything less? If I'm confident when I'm writing and excellence is important, then why should I hold back? I give you what you expect. You know I solemnly promise to give you nothing but honesty. Detroit City prodigy, growing out of my poverty. Wrote my way out of a felony armed robbery. Believing that my pen is a weapon, I use it wisely. Trying to balance marriage and balance being a parent. My narrative is so broken, it got me seeing a therapist. Sharing a bunch of problems that I consider embarrassing. But mentally my health is important, no time for arrogance. It's not a character if I'ma make an appearance. Stage name is LON, but the government's line Harris. Broadcasting worldwide from Tokyo back to Paris. Going hard like it ain't no tomorrow. Yeah, I believe it, baby. Yo, break it down, break it down. This the one right here, baby. Taking chances, the truth, I'm trying to advance it. No switching, I'm taking stances, cause people searching for answers. You know what's up. We gon' keep it real. Open book, I'm expressing all of my failures. When it's sicker than cancer, it's twisted and so rebellious. The pain of being authentic, recover it with advantage. Hoping for something better, but better is not demanded. Let them know one time.
Yeah, now you can find me spitting my God-given lyrical content. Never mind the fine print, I'ma spit it till my throat bleed. Praying hard both knees, wondering how I get around all of the ups and downs when I frown, but I stay strong because he loves his own. I spit fire from the dome to the throne, let it simmer like a neck bone. Haters get gone. Holy Spirit got me filled to the max. You don't wanna feel that clap back. Tic tac when I rap, so fresh with a Z laid back with a boss, no Maybach. I can't help it when I feel it on the inside. He got my heart wrapped up like a bow tie. No lies, praise I'm so high. If you got a problem with it, your mother welcome to leave, gone by. My God stay fly. I try to tell them that I give them high praise, no phase, and you can tell all my haters they can get back. I'm in the zone like a fire in my bones. You can hear it in my tone. Don't tell me, do you feel that? Hey, don't tell me, do you feel that? Do you feel that? Tell me, do you feel that? Hey, don't tell me, do you feel that? Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Hey, don't tell me, do you feel that? Do you feel that? Tell me, do you feel that? Hey, don't tell me, do you feel that? Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Yeah, Holy Spirit coming clean on the scene with a flow so mean. Don't tell me, do you feel that? Gotta give a praise up, no bluff, going hard for the team. Don't tell me, do you feel that? Hey, don't tell me, do you feel that? Do you feel that? Tell me, do you feel that? Hey, don't tell me, do you feel that?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yes, yes. We're back. We're back with more What's for Breakfast right here on Quake RYC Praise News, where music is therapy. Man, had to play some bangers there just to get hype, man. Get hype. I was over here doing backflips and everything. Boy, woo, yeah, doggy. Man, we had that Mike Jeezy feel that. If you'd never heard that before, I don't know where you've been at, man. You've been sleeping. But go ahead and look that Mike Jeezy up with Feel That DYB by our man Elohim. Yes, yes, yes. That brother be going in. So if you never heard of him, you need to go check him out. Man, some great, great music, man. Some great artists out there. So always love to be able to support a lot of the artists and what they're doing. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into our topic. Not so much our segment, but our topic for this morning. Well, yesterday, if you had a chance to listen to the show yesterday or listen to the recording, if not, shame on you. But anyway, yesterday, towards the end of the show, we came up with a topic off of, I was listening to a devotional on the Bible app the other day, and the guy on the Bible app started basically saying that, started talking about his husband and had it directly correlating with what he was talking about in the devotional that he was narrating. So the topic for today is what would you do if something like that were, to happen, with you? And do you believe that it would still be right or wrong to continue on listening, to that particular devotional, even though the person may be speaking some truths and from the Bible, but how much of it are you really going to listen if you know that the person is blatantly outright living, a sinful life? So, and I may be putting that in the wrong terms or whatever, because I don't want to say I don't want to offend anybody, but that is basically where it is. I don't want to offend anybody. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe, but I do not believe in that. I love you, and I can say that cold-heartedly. I love you, and I'll do anything for you, but I just don't agree with what you do. And it's the same thing. You may not agree with what I do, but as long as we can, get along and work together on certain aspects and still be respectful, I think that's where it is. That's where the lines, should be drawn. Can you still get along and be respectful to your, quote unquote fellow man? So, but that can be another topic as well. But
yeah, another rabbit hole.
But that was the thing for me, and it took me by surprise because I'd never heard it before. And this guy may narrate a lot of these devotionals for this particular Bible app, but I just never paid attention, and he may have included, his husband in the conversations or in the narrations, and I just never heard it or never really paid attention to now. It's like it just jumped out at me. For me, I stopped listening, but I think I more so stopped listening off of shock more than anything. Not so much of, what he was saying, because what he was saying, like I said, what he was saying was true. But it was more so shock that you're including this part of your life in this narration, whereas let's put it like this. When I listen to the Bible app, I've never heard a woman or a heterosexual male add their family life in their narrations. So I'll put it that way. if they do talk about anything, they talk about their friends. I've heard that, but I've never heard spouses. So, what do you think
Yeah.
about that, Captain J?
Yeah. Well, like we were I was kind of saying yesterday with that's um, like his husband. Trying, like I said, not trying to offend, but I probably will. Um, if you're, I mean, some people say love is love. Man, man, woman, woman. You know, so be it. I mean, I still think they should have no. There's legalities behind it. Like if you're with somebody for 30 years and they're in the hospital, you have the right to help make medical decisions if needed. You've been committed with them for 30 years. That's secondary. Um, but Scripture says that homosexuality is not a thing you should do. But it's like if they're out there, like I've said, if a pastor or church is promoting pub crawls where everyone goes out and gets drunk, or they're doing a sermon and they're talking about pornography. Go to whatever porn site and check this link out. This is it. It's in the notes. Go ahead and check it out. And they're promoting that. That's not stuff you're supposed to promote. So to promote it that's not what the church is supposed to do. You can have it and be in it, but it's not something you should be promoting. The sin. You should be trying to fix the sin in that aspect. But that's kind of a right wing idea, I guess, nowadays. Especially being in the month of June, where and pride is just definitely not. That's no, as the song goes, pride or the scripture says, pride comes before the fall.
Exactly.
So
that's kind of funny.
Says it all right there.
That's kind of funny because I was just about to say pride is not something that we should be, celebrating anyway, for as pride in the biblical sense. And it's like, okay, yes, I can have pride in, I guess, in myself that, I'm doing well, something like that. But don't let the pride become boastful, overdoing it and really coming out and putting it in people's faces. You really crossing the line and going over the line. So, and that's where it comes up with, with this for me. It's like, okay, we have Pride Month, and it's like, okay, how are we supposed to, take that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to look at that, how to take that. I mean, yeah, it's all good and fine. You believe in what you believe in. That's on you. But I don't know. It seems like everywhere we turn now, it's like, okay, not 1 month, but it seems like almost every day.
Well, yeah, it's a continuous thing of, if you disagree with that belief system, now you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, and all these things. Like I just don't agree with the lifestyle and that thing. So why am I a bad person?
And isn't that okay? I say, and isn't that okay?
To not agree with it, yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't agree with the Christianity side, that's fine too. I don't care. Believe what you want to believe.
I mean, that's the thing that makes exactly, and that's the thing that makes me scratch my head. It's like you have to believe everything, and you have to go with everything. But if you don't go with it, then like you said, you're the worst person in the world. Oh, boycott their company. Oh, shut them down because they don't believe in this and they don't believe in that. Blah blah blah. But my thing is, I don't have to. That's
Yeah.
that's my freedom, regardless if you believe in the Bible or not. But that is my freedom to believe in what you're practicing or not. I don't have to believe in it. I don't have to like it. But like I
Yeah.
said, I'm not gonna run out here and bash anybody or have fights with anybody or even start any arguments with anyone because of that's what you want to do. That's fine. That is fine. But I don't have to like it, you know.
Hmm.
And you don't have to try to, you know, talk me down or, you know what I'm saying, talk me till you're blue in the face to try to change my mind because it's not going to change my mind at all. There's some people out here that still to the day do not like black people
Hmm.
just because of a skin color. But I'm not going to run out here and try to talk to them and be like, oh man, why don't you like black people? Oh, that's crazy. Man, you should like us because blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Man, power to the people. Well, forget you then. If you don't like us, I'm going to get you fired from your job. I mean, no. I'm not going to do all of that unless the person is just blatantly disrespectful and putting harm, you know, to African Americans, to black people, things of that nature. But other than a person having their opinion, no, I'm not gonna jump, jump on that person. Hey, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. That's not how I feel. But
Yeah.
going into, the topic on, on still following the devotional or even going to the church and knowing that a pastor, air quotes, is is openly gay, would you continue to keep going to that church?
It depends on obviously ask God his guidance. So I'm kind of dealing with that currently with the church that we're attending here in Burlington. The pastors are those two pastors. Well, it's a husband and wife team, so I'm pretty sure they're not gay.
They're gay for each other.
Yeah, but when they have the rainbow out on the front of the church, and they help they sponsor the Pride in the Park thing in downtown, or not downtown, but at the park. You know, I'm like, it's not a church I normally would be attending, but he keeps telling me I'm supposed to go. you know, you know, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here, but it's one of those you kind of go into the fire, and are you still going to keep your beliefs? Kind of like Judy had. This is off that topic, but she was put in a place in North Carolina where there was a lot of gossiping, and that was her fire. It was gossip. She always used to fall into that. I'm not saying I fall into homosexuality, but he fallen into, well, this is not. Well, I don't agree with this, so I'm not going to go there. Well, sometimes you go to a place and you're there to be that light in the darkness. Are you willing to be in that spot? Are you willing to be the different? And that's what I'm like. I'm uncomfortable there because of what they believe, but he's telling me to stay there for now to do some stuff, to do some work. So if he leads you out of there, go out. But if he keeps you there and tells you not to leave yet, it's about obedience. So that aspect. So it's hard. It's definitely hard to, go to a church that promotes that stuff. Like how do you find that? Like I think I shared the sermon with you yesterday, where there's churches that adjust scripture to make it sound like it's okay to, for homosexuality and basic sexual immorality in general. It's like, how do they make that okay? I mean, Leviticus talks about it like, there's a lot of stuff in there. Leviticus is a, non-happy book. But like Leviticus 18 tells you all kinds of ways of who you shouldn't be having sexual relations with. And it's like, it's not just homosexuality discussed in there. It's like your stepsister, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, all these folks. It's a whole list of things. Those are all things those are all just wrong too. But we only focus on the one. You know, like
Right.
you shouldn't have sexual relations with your like Leviticus 18:16. Do not have sexual relations with your brother's wife, or this would violate your brother. Well, yeah, that would be weird. Um, there's all kinds of different types of things in here that they have, but the church would be, if they're promoting it, it's hard to go with and continue with. But if he tells you not to go, follow his lead. So,
Okay. I just looked up the dictionary meaning of support. Since you were saying that, the church currently is supporting, this pride and stuff like this and the situation. So basically the dictionary meaning of support is a thing that bears the weight of something or keeps it upright. So your church is bearing the weight of this organization and keeping them upright and basically keeping them going. Then it says, give assistance to, especially financially enabled to function or act. Those are the meanings of support. So where does it start to cross the line for a Christian organization, not only a church, but a Christian organization or ministry? Where does it start to draw the line or start blurring the lines between support and giving, loving on a brother or sister that's lost?
uh, allowing them into the church, like, or discussing with them like you would someone that has an alcohol addiction or a porn addiction or anything like that, and helping them guide away from that sin, but not, I don't say supporting it, or say if someone has a problem with alcohol, hey, let's go out to the bar and get drunk. If they're trying to quit drinking, you wouldn't offer them alcohol.
Right.
That's their downfall. If someone has a problem with, pornography, you don't go and watch porn movies with them. Or if someone has a problem with sexual immorality, with with no that you don't take them to you don't go to those events. You support the person to get away from the sin.
Right.
So it's support. Yeah, it's more of a person issue than and support that. Than is I said if someone's a recovering alcoholic.
But see, where do you draw your line on support though? Because it's like you said, the particular church or whatever has donated their name, so everybody knows that you're basically supporting this situation, and they know that you are a church that is supporting this. Okay, on the outside looking in, for some people, that would be that would be an excellent thing, because the conversation then would be, oh, that's kind of cool. The church is even joined in and supporting them. Then on the other end of it, you have the church is supporting them. Same question, but different inflection.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then, okay, you're supporting this, but then, like you just said, what if and this is, and I know what I'm about to say is going to be far fetched, and it's no, well, okay, no, scratch that. I won't say that. I'll say this because it does happen. What if somebody put together, like you said earlier, put together a bar crawl? Because that happens. They put together a bar crawl. One of their best friends, a guy, one of their best friends, or a female, one of her best friends is getting married, and they say, hey, we're going to put together a big bar crawl in the city, and, you know, we're going to need some sponsorships and everything because it's going to go towards this person's wedding, and we're going to make a big deal or whatever. And then all of a sudden the church say, we're going to support that. We're going to put our name on that. You know, would it be the same infliction, or would it be the same shock, or would it be the same discussion with that as it is with the Pride Month and the festival for, you know, the I can't even remember the name of their organization. What a QB, what? I don't know. But,
So
you know, for
the LGBTQRST,
there you go, the LGBT community, you know, would it be the same discussion? And if not, is it not the same discussion? Because people look at the LGBT stuff as, can I dare say, nasty. We're gonna get banned.
It's taboo. Anything sexual related is always taboo.
Exactly. Now, don't get us wrong, y'all. We still believe what we believe. We're not saying that it's right just because it's taboo. We're saying that people look at it differently because of that. Because you got to look at it. You got to look at it nowadays. Heck, you talking about parents having discussions with their kids about heterosexual sex. Do you not know how difficult it would probably be for a parent to have a discussion with their child about gay sex?
It depends on the parent.
Yeah, and that is true. And that is 100% true. But for most parents that I know, that would be a red-faced moment. Like, what in the world? Are you serious? You know, not something mad or upset, but just like saying that, like, okay, didn't want to have to give the birds and bees discussion. Now I got to give the bees and bees or whatever. I don't know
the bees and bees, the birds and birds, the birds and
yeah,
bees.
now we have to give that discussion. See, we keep on bringing up some good separate topics, which can be, you know, talked about again, but it's the truth, though, and it's the thing with the devotional thing, and it's the thing with, would you blatantly go to a church where there was a homosexual, pastoring a church? Or would you go to a church where you knew that there was a blatant drunkard, or better yet, a porn star? You knew this person has an OnlyFans, and for those of y'all that don't know what OnlyFans is, come on now, grow up. But
I tried, and I got nothing. I got no. There's OnlyFans. I got no fans.
Oh my goodness! But
no OnlyFans.
You know, and you know that this person blatantly does this. They have this. They're not apologetic about it, but yet they're over your church. Would you still continue to go to that church?
No, I mean, if the pastor is in that realm, no. Like I said, where I have it here with the church I'm going to, these are pastors that are interim pastors, so and that kind of thing. And the church itself, the church board makes the decision. No, so they're just interim pastors. So that's slightly different. But I've prayed on it numerous times. I keep getting stay, and I want to run. And I think that's why he's telling me to stay. I'm here for a time, but in general, if the pastor was OnlyFans thing, or up there, always getting drunk. Kind that's not good as a pastor, you know.
Right.
Um, but there's also the meeting people where they're at. So I know there's churches that or pastors that they'll go to a bar. There's something wrong with going to a bar and meeting people where they're at and having a Bible study at the bar. I know a few churches that have done that. You meet people where they're at. You don't approve of their over drinking, but you meet them where they're at, and then you work on removing that. No, and well, now you introduce them to someone that could remove that for them. And God works from the inside out. Um, and that's what you do. Sometimes you have to introduce Jesus to them at a place that most people would not think Jesus would be at. And if that happens to be a bar, it's a bar. I mean, there's people out there that are there's a group hookers for Jesus. it's a legit group, and they're former prostitutes that now have found Christ. They're doing that, and they're going and meeting those people where they're at and bringing them to Christ. They're not saying keep doing what you're doing. They're saying that's not right what you're doing, but here's something that could help you get out of what you're doing. Okay. So, but if they're going, hey, yeah, you're a hooker, you're a prostitute, that's cool. Keep doing it. Keep on doing. Keep on hooking. Keep it going. I love Jesus. No. So.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, yeah. And this is the last thing on support that I'm read, because it says, what is the true meaning of support? And this really surprised me, because this goes for people supporting artists and musicians and things of that nature too. So folks out there, take some notes. If you didn't know what the meaning of support was, take some notes. To agree with and give encouragement to someone or something because you want him, her, or it. Now listen to this. Because you want him, her, or it to succeed. So that really puts a lot of emphasis on the word support. And when we turn around and talk about people aren't supporting us, or people aren't doing this or doing that or whatever, but then also there's a lot of different variations of support. Excuse me. As long as the variations of the support comes down to the true meaning of the word. Are you doing it to help this person succeed? Are you doing it to, show agreement in what this person is doing? So that really hits home with far as the church and everything. What is the church's view of support for this? And it's like, okay, do you want them to succeed? Are you really encouraging this? Are you really standing in agreement with this? So those are some questions that need to be answered and that should be asked. It's like, what is the true reason why you're doing this? And if you're doing this, and when the event goes off, if you're coming out there and you're actually handing out Bible pamphlets saying you're preaching and you're talking to people, okay, I get it. I see where it is. But if you're just out there along with and not really sharing your faith and doing things, then what is it then?
Yeah. So supporting it and putting your name on it and saying that it's okay to do what they do. That's one thing. Now putting a booth up at a pride event and preaching the gospel there is another thing, you know. But the other aspect of things is, like I said, what we had mentioned yesterday was the trans view of things. That's a whole other topic. But when people say they're born in the wrong body, and a church supports that they were born in the wrong body, that shows that God made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And how does a church support that God made an error? God hasn't made errors. God doesn't make errors. So you can support. I mean, I can see the LGB. So many other letters. It seems weird to only say 3. Because that's a sexual preference. I mean, that's what, you know. But when you start throwing in the trans part where it says, "Oh, born in the wrong body," and as a church, you're implying that God made a mistake. I don't know how a church can say, "Yeah, God made an error," so you feel that way and you believe that God made an error. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what trans is. I mean, that's possible. I mean, but that's how it appears, and I don't know how a church can support that.
Yeah.
I mean, that just boggles my mind. You know.
Yeah. And that, I mean, and that's a big, that's something, to really think about and look into. And that's not only on that situation, but it's on the situation of period, on how we conduct ourselves and how we live our lives, and what are we really, getting ourselves into in certain situations or whatever. We have to really think about that and be like, do I really support this? Do I really believe in this? I mean, we throw that word around so much, but it's like, okay, have we really pinpointed on what it meant to actually support somebody?
Yeah. So like I said, the definitions of support are you agree with what they're doing. You want them to prosper with what they're doing. There's also always the physical side of holding things up. But in this general context, it's you want them to succeed at what they're doing and where they're headed. And that's support.
Mm-hmm.
Financially, emotionally, physically, and if I want to see a church support a pub crawl or a swingers night or something. Support those. Why not? I mean, if we go down these rabbit holes of sinful, there might be churches that are. I don't know.
Yeah, there might be. There might be. You very well might be absolutely correct about that.
I went too far on that one. We're about to get banned.
Oh man, yeah. There's plenty of folks out here that probably want to do that anyway, but that's okay. They'll be all right. They will be okay. It's just funny to me on certain topics, people really want to stay away from, that they're so, on this thing of don't know if we want to talk about that. Be like, okay, why not? I mean, as long as you're being respectful to, to yourself and others, why not talk about it?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not slamming anybody. I'm not calling anybody names or out the name. I mean, just saying what it is, and being truthful with things. Sometimes that scares people.
Oh, that's 100% the truth, brother. 100%. All right, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the portion of the show that we jump into the word, and yeah, man, we this is what's for breakfast, the spiritual side of things, for what's for breakfast. I pulled up a devotional book that we interviewed. The author of this devotional book is called Through the Sunshine and Rain. God is a devotional book and inspiration. So if you've never heard of this book before, y'all need to go check it out. It's a really, really good devotional book. I started opening it up and really trying to get into the days of it and read through it and stuff, and just follow along with it, man. For July 29th, the scripture is Philippians 4:19. But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. And see, I think a lot of people take that scripture and flip it around for it to help them, because it's like it plainly says, but my God shall supply all your need according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. Not according to your riches, but according to his.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think a lot of people take that scripture and flip it and try to make it, nice and pretty for them. But it's like, no, dude, it's all for the good of God. It's all for the glory of God. Whatever you do, it's all for the glory of God. He allows you to sleep well at night so that you can give him praise. He allows you to wake up in the morning and get yourself ready for work so that you can give him praise. Not wake up in the morning and complain that, oh man, I got to go to this job again. There might be somebody at that job that needs to see you every day right now.
Mm-hmm.
They may need to see your smiling face. They may need to see you drive up knowing that you play gospel music when you drive up, and it's like, man, yeah, I like it when I see that person because I know it's going to be a good day. So it's for the glory of God. It's not for ours. And that's why I think we need to really start realizing that the things that we do is not for our gratification. That's where the pride comes in. But it's not for our gratification. We're not doing it for us. If God chooses to make you rich, do you really think he made you rich for you? No. He made you rich so that you can come back and help others. Glorify him. Yes, there's nothing wrong with having money. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is a lot of people take the fact of, oh, man, God gave me all of this because he really blessed me. Yes, he did bless you, but he blessed you to be a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why the scripture I have kind of follows that same general plan idea there. It's 2 Thessalonians 3:3. But the Lord is faithful, and he will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one.
Amen.
He's always faithful. I mean, he's blessing you for, like you said, for his riches, and he's faithful. So it may seem like you're in a valley, it may seem like you're in a dark spot, but you're there for a reason per se. He's faithful. He's not going to put you in a spot you're not supposed to be in. And then while you're in that darkness, he's going to protect you from the evil one, from the adversary. So let's be faithful in him, And sometimes it's hard to do that. If you see the darkness, you're like, why am I in this? But you forget that you may be in the darkness and in that pit, but you're still safe. You're still alive to be able to feel that because you're not gone. You're still there. So keep on going. So I know I'm in a spot. It's been 2 months without work. My brain's kind of going crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay. What do I do now? For the last 9 years, I've been working. Now it's been 2 months, and I'm going. What do I do now? What do I do now? But there's other things he's got me purpose for. I know that. So,
Yeah,
working on those.
definitely does. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, like always, man, we hope that you are taking something from, our show, What's for Breakfast. Even if we're not your cup of tea, we may be somebody in your families. So give us a share. Let somebody else, choose that for themselves and see what happens on that end of it. We love you. We thank you for your support. We thank everybody for listening, for sharing, for just sticking with us on what we're doing, and as we're growing, as individuals, and as we're growing as a ministry, we appreciate everybody that's sticking with us and growing along with us. So we're going to end the show off with this track by a group named Tricord. We haven't played this in a while, so we're going to jump into this. This is Untitled by Tricord. Y'all have a peaceful rest of your Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow morning with another What's for Breakfast. And you know what tomorrow is. It's Fresh Food Friday. So, yes, I love it. Music out the yin-yang. So y'all have a good one, man, and we'll talk a little bit later on. All right? Peace.
trust